Hello, welcome to this week's installment of 52 Tips to Land Your Next Job. And today we're going to dive deep into the STARS process of answering questions. Now, as a reminder, STARS stands for Situation, Task, Action, Result. So why am I telling you this? And the reason why it's such a great process is it allows you to tell a compelling and memorable and interesting story that interviewer will be engaged with and will remember as they're making the decision who they want to hire. The other great thing about STARS is that there's a beginning and an end. So it allows you to tell the story without digressing, without going off and rambling in different directions that don't actually answer the question. So here's how STARS might work. If I were interviewing for a sales manager role and I was asked, tell me about a time where you helped one of your reps to get better. I might say, well, I was working with a rep and she was having trouble getting in to see the biggest prospect in her territory. That's the situation. The task, what I was supposed to do, I needed to teach her how to do that, how to come up with ways to break through those barriers that are put up throughout her territory. So the actions I took was we took some time out of the territory and we brainstormed ideas to get through to talk to that prospect. And then we role-played different scenarios so that when she got into those situations, she'd be comfortable knowing that we'd already practiced how she can handle it. And then 2 weeks after we did that, the results came in. I got a call from a very excited rep who told me she was not only able to get in to see that prospect, but she was able to convince him to try our product for 2 weeks. And that trial is going to begin next week. She was thrilled. She knows that now she can do it, and I really expect she's going to continue to be successful in her territory. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because you need a manager in this position who is able to teach reps, to coach them, to give feedback so that they can do it on their own because they're mostly out there on their own. And when you do that, you're going to see your sales rise because every rep is going to be doing the best that they can be, operating at the highest level. So you see, that was a STARS answer. It told the story of a rep who needed help. I was able to come up with ideas with her, and then the results, and then the final thing was I painted the picture of me in my role, in that role. I let the hiring manager know why I was telling them that story and what it meant to this job, making it easy for the hiring manager to see that and ultimately, hopefully, pick me for that job. The last thing I would say about STARS is that you'll never know every question. You'll never be able to anticipate every question that's going to be asked in the interview. So categorize your STARS under the competencies that go with that job. Find those competencies in the job posting or job description and put 1 or 2 stars under each one of those. Some of those stars may be the same. Some competencies are kind of close. Problem solving and analytical skills, they could be the same stars. But if you have 6 or 7 of them going into an interview and you know what competency that they address, when you're in that interview, all you have to think about is that. Ooh, they're asking me about a leadership situation. They're asking me about problem solving. You pick the stars that works best, you tweak the introduction to it, and you nail that interview question. I hope that's helpful for you. If you want to talk about how you can work STARS into your interviewing, give me a call. Reach out to me at ken@surecoaching.com. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. And I look forward to coming back to you next week with another installment of 52 tips to land your next job. Until then, be well and take care.